Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. That belongs to the apostles and nettles of great millstone, rule well and teach well. And big shalom to the hopefully elect out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity, man. Shalom. All right, all right. This one is going to be titled "The Day of the Lord." All right. I'm gonna start off in Revelation chapter 1. All right. Revelation chapter 1 and 7. It says, it's a lot. 1 and 7. It says, Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen. Right? The Lord's coming with clouds, man. What's them clouds, man? Them so-called chariots, man. We'll slot the chariots of Yahweh Shemel Shah, right? Fathership, man. Them so-called UFOs, man. That's what the Lord's coming back in, man. And he's gonna render anger, man. He's gonna render death, man. And all you people gonna be screaming, man. Y'all gonna feel that pain, that fire, that death, man. That second death, that destruction, man. Right? Highly concentrated energy fire beams made out of lightning, tempests, hurricanes, fire tornadoes, you name it, man. That's what the Lord coming with, man. He coming with anger. He coming with wrath. He coming with destruction, man. Why, man? Because what did people do to him? They crucified him, man. Esau Edom pierced him, man. Yasha Allah gave him up, man. Right? 2/3, man. And said, let his blood be upon us and our children, man. So the Lord got a bone to pick. Why? Because you did wicked. Throughout all your carnations, you done fucking wickedly, man, and refused to repent. You chose other gods, man. You chose to follow Satan, man. So the Lord's coming with punishments and deaths of pain, man. Right? Right? He said every eye. So everybody gonna see the Lord, man. Everybody gonna know, oh shit, we fucked up. The Lord's a so-called black man. Damn, we're destroyed, man. And they gonna try to fight the Lord, man. Right? As for 2nd Ezra chapter 13, let's get that. You know? The Lord gonna come back crazy, man. He gonna come back and kill him. Right? He coming with a sword, man. Right? This is the prophet Ezra. 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and 3. It says, and behold, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Who is that man that waxed strong? That's Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. The so-called Negro, man. He coming back with the thousands of heaven. That's the angels, man. Right? Right? He coming back with fire, man. You can bring that pain, man. Also with the nuclear missiles, man. That's part of the Lord's host, the Lord's army, man. Right? It says, and when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. Right? Everything was shaking, man. Right? Number one, because the nukes is hidden. And number two, because that fellowship's so big, got a gravitational pull to it. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord's power, his might, that's going to be shaking the earth. Right? Because that's the Lord. That's the second most powerful being in all the universes, all the multiverses. The creator of everything, man. That's his son right there, man, that we looking at in that day. You know what I'm saying? Esau Edom is gonna be dismayed. He gonna try to fight, right? And you Israelites, y'all gonna be turned to stubble, man. The ones that didn't repent, the ones that were destined for judgment, you know. Verse 4 says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, right? When Yahweh Shah opened up that chariot, right, where that concentrated energy beam is at, right, what's going to happen, man? He's going to send out that flame, that fiery flame, right? He's going to burn everything, man. He's going to burn the water, the land, the animals, the people, right? He's going to burn the wicked. But the elect, they're going to be delivered, man. All right? The elect are not going to feel the judgment, man. All right? Because they've been pardoned. They the ones that followed Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's words and his will until their death, man. All right? It says, um, all they burned and heard his voice like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire, man. Everything under there burnt. who wasn't delivered got cooked, man, cooked, incinerated, man. Ain't no telling how long those people burned, man. Ain't no telling if the Lord left their soul in their bodies just to cook extra long time, man. Right? All right. Verse 5 it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds and heaven to subdue, out of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And that sea is space. The Lord came from out of space, man. Right? The Lord's coming from outer space, man. He's gonna pop out the cut. And in the thief of the night, when nobody expected, man. But the men of the Lord, they know that the Lord's coming in that time. They don't know what hour, but hey, nobody knows that hour. But the Lord's gonna come right in the nick of time to deliver his chosen, man. But as for the other people, y'all gonna be turned to nothing, man. Y'all gonna be turned to nuclear dust and ash, right? Especially here in America. America is going to be turned into the lake of fire, man. America is going to be turned into a nuclear wasteland, a nuclear desert, right? It's going to be destroyed, man. The Lord's going to come back and destroy, man. He's going to come back and slaughter, man. Right? The slain of the Lord shall be many. Many people going to die, man. All right? It says, verse 6, but I beheld, and lo, he that graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. That's how big the chariot was. It looked like a mountain, a straight big old mountain, bigger than Mount Everest, right? It says, and I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, but I could not, right? That's how big it was. It was so big that the chariot could not see the end, man. You couldn't see the end of the whole chariot, man. Why? Because it overpowered everything, man. It was bigger than everything, man. Right? It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which gathered together to subdue him was sore afraid, and yet durst fight. They did fight. They tried to fight, man. They tried to fight the Lord, even though they were shitting in their drawers and their jets and their helicopters, man. Right? They were scared to death, yet they still fought, man. And you know what the Lord did to them? You can't defeat the Heavenly Father. It's like an ant trying to defeat Ultra Instinct Goku. That is impossible. You will not win anything, man. Right? It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, or nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, man. That's what's going to fill the earth with fire, man. The Lord's fiery indignation, man. He's going to shoot it up out his chariot, man. The mouth of the chariot on some Independence Day shit, and destroy, man. He's going to destroy, man. The slain of the Lord shall be many, man. Whoever came up to fight against the Lord got crushed immediately. All right? It says on verse 10, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the tempest, the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude that was prepared to fight. These people got destroyed, man. You saw even your jets, your F-35, your A-10 Warhogs ain't gonna do shit against the Lord, man. Right? And not only did the Lord come with his chariot, he came with the thousands of heaven. He came with the angels, man. You not gonna win that, even though you're gonna try to fight, man. So-called white man, Esau, Edom, all you heathen nations, right? Y'all not gonna win against the Lord, man. All right? Y'all gonna fall, man. The Lord's gonna take your crown, man. You will no longer have rulership. Right? It says, and burned up everyone, so that upon a sudden, an innumerable multitude was nothing. Well, I'm gonna bring that again. It says, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. And when I saw this, I was afraid. Right? This is a prophetic dream that Ezra saw, man. He saw the day of the Lord, man. He saw the destruction, man. He saw death, man, that the Lord was bringing. He brought that pain, that fire, man. Right? Right, we're going to go to Isaiah chapter 66 and 15, man. The Lord coming back with his anger, man. Right? Isaiah 66:15 says, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. And they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one's tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord, man." Hey, the Lord gonna punish, man. The Lord gonna punish, man. He's coming back to punish, but he also is coming back to redeem, right? Right. Bear with me right quick, about to get this piece up. Right. Revelation chapter 11 and 12. It says, "And they that heard the voice of heaven saying unto them, Come up hither, and they ascended up to heaven in the cloud." That's the cloud of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shad, man, the chariots, man. In that time when that destruction is going on, the men of the Lord, the women and children of the Lord are going to be delivered. They're going to be beamed up in the fathership, man. Right? It says, "And that their enemies beheld them." Right? So all our enemies that had us in captivity, that beat us, that killed us, man, what? We're going to be what? Delivered before their eyes, man. Right? We're going to be delivered, man. You know what I'm saying? And the day of the Lord also is coming with destruction and deliverance. But for you other Israelites, man, that took that Karagim, right? This Revelation chapter 14 and 9. It says, "And the third angel followed, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive the mark in his forehead or his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushua power, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, man." And the Lamb is Yahweh Shah, man. So you take that mark of the beast, that's the Koragma, right? You won't suffer, man. You will suffer the judgment thereof that's written, man. Right? You can suffer this judgment, man. You take that RFIC chip, that NFC chip, right? That Neuralink, right? Right? That neural interface brain chip, right? That digital implantation, that digital arm, you will suffer death, man. Right? You all gonna suffer pain, man. All right? Right? Revelation 21:7, it says, "He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But the fearful, the unbelieving, and the abominable, the murderers, the whoremongers, and the sorcerers, and the idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death," man. So y'all gonna suffer, man. Y'all gonna suffer, man. Right? You do any of these things, man, and being unrepentful, I'm sorry, you're gonna suffer, man. Right? Revelation 20 and 12 says, "And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Yahweh power, and the books were open." Yahweh Bashem Shah power, and the books were open, and, and another book was open, which is the book of life, and the dead which were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. So, hey, that's judgment day, man. Right? When the day of the Lord pull up, it's judgment day, man. Right? Everybody gonna receive their fair dues, right, for their fair use, man. You did wickedly, you're gonna be given up to that fire, man. You did righteously, you're gonna be given up to the chariots, man. That's only if you're an Israelite, man, because there's no heathens that's gonna receive deliverance, man. Right? of this certain. All right. It said, verse 13, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to his works, man. Everybody got to get judged, man. Nobody's going to be exempt from judgment, man. It's either you're going to be judged on the right hand side or the left hand side, man. And we know what time that is in that day. It says, and death and hell will cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, man. Right? America's going to be the lake of fire, man. Right? That fire is the second death. First it was the flood, right? First it was the flood. Now this time it's the fire, man. Right? It said, verse 15, whosoever was not found written in the book of life will cast him into the fire, man. So if you want on them chariots, man, if you want set to be delivered, your ass got burnt. You got cooked, melted, right? You got melted, man. You got schmelted, man. All right. All right. Bear with me right quick. Gotta get another precept for y'all. Mm-hmm. Zechariah chapter 14 and 1, it says, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem in battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Right? The Lord got an indignation for you Israelites, man. The Lord's gonna bring the nations upon you in Jacob's trouble, man. Right? A lot of people gonna die, man. A lot of people gonna die, man. And y'all gonna feel that fire, man, because y'all refuse to hear the Lord. Y'all refuse to hear the Lord, man. So the Lord gotta come with that pain, man. It's gonna be a detriment to you, man. A lot of people is gonna die, man. All right. Amos chapter 5 and 18 says, woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. For to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is the day of the Lord. It says, the day of the Lord is darkness and not light, man. Right? This place, man, when the Lord come back, bro, this place is going to be considered in the uttermost darkness, man. Right? The Lord's going to be bringing death, pain, and judgment, man. Right? It says, as if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and laid his hand on the wall, and the serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light? Very dark, no brightness in it. Right? The Lord's gonna bring judgment on this bitch, man. This bitch called Babylon, America, man. And this place gonna be destroyed, man. All right, but the elect, they will be delivered, man. Okay. We go to Second Ezra right quick. It says, Second Ezra chapter 9 and 13. It says, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. Right? The Lord created this place for us, man. For the men of the Lord, for the women and children of the Lord, man. Right? As for the other people, they're gonna be brought down, man. They're gonna be brought down to servitude. They're gonna be brought down in war. All right. So, hey, I don't want to write this out. This was an edifying lesson. Let all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Bashem Kakadash, man. Shalom.